Hi, y'all. I interviewed Miles Kleinhesselink. He is the athletic trainer at West High, and I have known him for about 3 years now. Some background information that he shared with me was mostly about his schooling and sports. Miles told me that he went to Sioux Center High School, and throughout his high school career, he participated in baseball, football, and track all 4 years. He did play basketball his freshman year, but stopped after that. Miles mentioned that his favorite class was American history because that is what he was most interested in. His least favorite class was algebra. He never said why, but I'm assuming it's because algebra wasn't one of his strong suits. I then asked Miles if he graduated with any honors or special recognition. His answer was nope. We moved on to discuss his college experience, and Miles told me that he considered going to Morningside, Briarcliff, Central College, Northwestern, and Grand Canyon University. And he ended up attending Central College in Pella, Iowa. Miles went to major in exercise science with an emphasis on athletic training. He did receive scholarships for academics and athletics, though. He only continued to play baseball throughout his college career. Besides talking about sports, Miles did mention that he really enjoyed his athletic training classes the most, and he said he didn't like his literature of peace and social justice class. I know that high school can be hard sometimes, and I imagine college isn't any better, so I asked Miles if he ever considered dropping out and what the reason would have been. He replied with yes, he did consider dropping out, and that his reasoning would have been that he didn't know what he wanted to do for sure, and he was struggling with his schoolwork. So I also asked him if he had any other ideas on what he wanted to do before deciding to become an athletic trainer. Miles said that he originally wanted to be a history or a government teacher, but the thing that changed his mind was when he got injured. All the time that he spent with his athletic trainers made him want to switch because he found out that he liked that more than what his original plan was. So moving on to his home life, he didn't tell me much about his past, but he did tell me that he currently has a daughter, Addie, who I believe is 3, almost 4 years old, and he also has a girlfriend, and he has a kitty cat named Tack. I asked him what he does in his free time, and he said that he hangs with friends, does nothing, watches football, hunts, fishes, and of course goes to the bars. I moved on to questions about his current work life, and the first question I asked Miles was about his position and what he does. Miles works for CNOS as a high school athletic trainer, and his job involves him having to work at the CNOS clinic 2 mornings a week and then go work at the high school. His responsibilities include injury prevention, rehabilitation, covering practices and games, so he has to be at all the practices and games in case anyone gets hurt, and to wrap ankles and do ice and do heating pads and everything. Um, he also has to cover sports screenings. And he says that he enjoys his job, but there are times that he wishes he could quit or that he did something else. He mostly enjoys his job because of the athletes and other strength coaches that he works with. But some challenges that makes him want to quit are working with the sports coaches and parents and making sure that everyone is on the same page, along with having to work 34 hours in 3 days. He doesn't like that at all. His job does not require him to take any additional classes, but he did decide to take online classes in order to get his master's. He really wants his master's degree before he goes on to thinking about working towards a bigger dream or a bigger position. So that's his main focus right now, is getting his master's. I did ask Miles if he had any advice or for me as a future teacher or any other additional information that he would like me to include. And he told me, don't be afraid to try new things and don't be afraid of change. He also said, don't be afraid to not know and to go see what's out there. I am a person who doesn't like change, so that was something that I really needed to hear, and it made me think a lot about stuff, like deeper than just teaching. So, yeah. And that's all the information I have to share about Miles. Thank you.